were probably actually duck hunting, because at first I thought that maybe they were shooting the roos.
There's probably truckloads of roos, mate. There's probably too many roos if we're honest.
So many
Yeah,
roos.
maybe they were shooting the roos, because I said the roos, and then the guy was like, ducks.
Maybe they were. Maybe they were.
What's
up, everybody, and welcome to All for Footy, the AFL podcast where good friends gather and gab about last week's games, this week's games, and everything in between. You can find us on YouTube, Rumble, and Spotify, so go follow, like, subscribe. I'm your host, Nathan, Mr. 9 out of 9 Norman, joined by the Big Daddy himself, Dan to Dan Reeby. How are we, sir?
Oh, if it isn't Mr. Milton Norman, how are you, my feathered friend?
I'm not feathered.
Not feathered?
Not
just
feathered.
a little fairy. Just a little fairy up top.
Just
good to
some
see
hair.
you've had a shave anyway in the off-season.
I did. My beard grew back. That's how it works.
Still always just great to be back, and I'm just so excited just to really let Steelo just let loose tonight and just tell us all about it. So I can't wait to just sit back and do a lot of listening tonight.
Yeah, we're going to listen to Steelo a fair bit. So without further ado, let's introduce him. He is the man with the plan. The man of steel. Steelo.
Well done, mate. Well played in the granny, mate.
Yes, thank you very much. Oh, mate, I'm still on the high, We're still the reigning champs until September this year.
Mate, I was watching that halftime show, saw Katy Perry, saw that big black hole. I was like, oh no, Steelo, watch out. I knew you were there. I knew you were in there.
Oh, mate. Oh, yeah, Katy Perry, she was pretty exciting. I think I preferred Kiss last year a little bit more, though. They were even hotter.
Kiss are hot.
The flames out and everything. Yeah, no, it was pretty good. Katy Perry, is more than I bargained for, but I was already on a high, so it's probably the most I've ever liked Katy Perry.
Come on, man. She was riding around on a giant sperm. It was sick.
It was a good show. She put on a rip up. How about the show on the ground? Oh,
well,
mate.
Incredible,
I've been blessed,
Brizzy. Incredible. Well played, Steelo.
Yeah, Steelo did really well.
All those kicks you got in there, mate, you're everywhere.
I know Brisbane already had the miracle on grass against Geelong years ago, but to me, this was the real miracle on grass.
That's it.
This was just, something else, boys. It was just a perfect day for us, and just everything seemed to go our way. And it was just brilliant. Like from the moment I got out there, they started playing Sweet Caroline in the warm-ups, and I thought, hang on a second, this is Cam Rayner's song. This is the song they play when he kicks a goal. And what do we know? I had my Cam Rayner stubby holder with me.
Oh, the famous.
Who was? Yes, that's right, the Omen. He's been all around Australia last year, and we thought he was a good luck charm. We thought he had the tour to get some more luck his way. Just go around Australia and accumulate the respect.
You took him to the prelim, didn't you? And he kicked that goal at the end, and then you had him there at the granny.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, well played there.
He put Geelong away, and then he's come down, and they started playing his song. And even on the red and white,
They did.
Rayner emerges. So this stubby holder was just very fitting of 2024, and we're gonna frame it.
Oh, it was a
Famous stubby holder?
Well, it was a gift pre the finals, and then for it to go on and go to the games and be right there, and Cam Rayner just plays such a big role, we figured the stubby holder was more than part and parcel of the whole thing. So it was what a performance. That's why we were saying well played, Steelo, because the stubby holder, Cam Rayner, you were there. I mean, it just
Mate, it all played out.
Top
I was there. I took
mate.
the full ride.
Yeah.
I don't know, was it you or I did not hear a clap at all. I saw him clap. I didn't hear a thing. Did you hear a thing, Steelo?
Look, as proud as I was for Brizzy, I can very happily move on to this year. It's going to be a really exciting year, and hopefully we don't have to hear too much more about it. But, I hope you enjoyed your moment in the sun there, Steelo. And
hopefully you don't get another one for a long time.
Yeah, join the queue.
It was the highest of highs. I truly see why it's such a brilliant thing. This great game. When you win the flag, it's just the highest you can get. I wanted to go just destroy Fitzroy down. But I got lost on the way back. I got stuck at a KFC and then found myself in a Uber back home. Don't know what happened, but
Sounds like a fun night. Unforgettable. But yeah.
Yes. Very exciting night if you ended up at a KFC. But
best,
yeah, go Brizzy. We're also excited for you, and let's hope that you don't go back to back. But even though you seem like
give
a
someone
very
else
good
time.
chance too, they're going to be hard to beat. And I've been doing a lot of very close analysing of the competition, and I've put my money on just three little grand final combinations that I really like, I settled on St Kilda and Carlton, obviously being one of them, because everyone famously knows that I've put my money where my mouth is on that one.
It's this year.
But my favourite one of the lot, I really think Collingwood are a good chance of fighting back hard this year and making the grand final, and I think Brisbane are more than a chance. So I made the old Brisbane Collingwood grand final this year a real one to watch. And then, obviously, another team that everyone loves watching is the Giants. And I just have a sneaking feeling that if the Giants are going to play off in a granny, it'll be against someone a bit obscure and young. And I feel like the Giants-Hawthorn grand final would really fit the mould for just a massive day at the G. So they're my three little grand final predictions pre-season.
Oh, there we go. I predict Melbourne will win.
Melbourne win? Ooh.
Yeah, sure.
So take a good effort by their forward line this year, wouldn't it, Steelo? They'd have to find a forward line to start with, but you never know.
Mate, we got the kids growing up.
Yeah.
We got Stephen May.
You do have Stephen May.
But, if he can keep himself on the par. But
we'll be fine.
Look, the D's will be more than competitive this year. They do have a plethora of good small young forwards in there, and Pickett missing at the start of the year will hurt a little bit because he's been a real fire for years, and he'll be out for a good 4 weeks, they say, too. So
I'm not worried. We're not a one-man
club.
club.
Be a little bit worried, but, there's a few stars coming through for you.
Did he injure himself at training, or was it at the All-Star game?
Look, I'm not overly privy to that information at the moment still. I'm not allowed to talk about it just due to...
Because I know he played in that All-Star game, so he's obviously gone down since then, which is very unlucky.
Yeah, let's hope it wasn't in that, but due to insurance purposes, I'm not allowed to disclose the information.
This is my first time hearing about it. I didn't even know this was happening. When was this a thing?
Just recently, I did just hear in dispatches that he was missing the first portion of the season. But also another club with some injury woes. The great man, Mr. Parker, I was a bit shocked he wasn't on the screen tonight with us. I was very much looking forward to saying g'day and wishing him good luck for the season for the doggies. But,
he wanted to abandon us on the first pod and back, along with Ryan.
But the doggies, aren't they carrying a few injuries just coming right up into March when it all set, Well, aren't the doggies carrying a few injuries coming up into this March?
Just a couple.
I mean, the season's just really heating up, and that Bevo's coming into his last year here, and there's just so much pressure on the club, and Newgle Hagen's been missing from training at patches, and, you've got Waitman who's gone down, and you've got Trelaw who's obviously injured at the moment, and now you've got the Bont who's going to be out for around 6 weeks, they say. And,
tough
I mean, it's just... they've still got a lot of talent on the park there, but it really hurts when a handful of your A-graders aren't going to start the year fit, just because all you want is fit A-graders. You just want them to have pre-seasons and have strong years where they play 22, 24 games. And so at the moment, really concerning for the doggies, but let's not write them off at all, because you know what a tiny bit of adversity does to many a club, and Dogs are one of those clubs that go, a few injuries, let's throw a few magnets around. I mean, the last few years they have found a lot of blokes in different positions because they have been slinging a few rounds. So they'll hit the start of the year full of confidence, and good luck to them. But, if one man will be rooting for him. He's actually, I saw Rick the other day, actually. He's getting out of his car with he's the only man I know who carries a bloody wheelbarrow around in his car. He just...
Fair enough.
He was just sort of getting out of his car, and he just had his wheelbarrow so he could carry his kahunas, because they're so bloody big. And he just had all his doggies gear on, and I was just sort of thinking, if the Dogs have a poor year, he'll be living and dying by that, and it'll really gut him after last year, sort of pushing the finals and setting a higher bar that you got to get better every year with improvement. I feel like this is a real big year for Rick on and off the pod, because the Dogs will be under the scope probably more than any other club. So, and I feel like Coach Watch, it's already heating up with Bevo, obviously Ken Hinkley, all these coaches that are in there last year, and it's known that, so yeah, let's just
got to deliver.
Watch out, doggies.
Watch out, doggies, dude. Hey, look, there's a lot of good teams in the mix, and every year, at least one great team surprises us by just turning up crap, and at least one
Sydney,
crap team pulls themselves up by their bootstraps. So we'll see what
Sydney are really one to watch for me as well. I think
you reckon downhill.
Well, last year they had 3 midfielders who had pretty much world record numbers in midfield numbers in the first 12 weeks of the season, and we're talking Heaney, Golden.
Isn't Golden out now though?
And Warner, and also Warner being injured. And Golden being out, like you said. So straight away, there's 2 of those blokes that were part of that trio for the first 12 weeks were just unstoppable, except for against Richmond in round 3 or 4.
They weren't trying. They weren't trying. We know that.
But so I just feel that maybe this year Sydney, it's going to be a little depthier for them, and they can't really rely on having that start to the year that they got last year, because that was a real fast start to his season, and we saw how they finished. It was breaks coming crashing on even into the finals when they actually lost a handful of games in a row there, and then obviously we saw what happened when they did have a good run through where they won 2 home finals and then finally made it to a real tough opponent and got absolutely hammered. So, geez, it just doesn't line up that well that maybe they don't make the 8 this year that easily, Sydney, and they could be really one to watch out there for the punters.
With the change of coach as well, and yeah, it just makes you think. I think a lot of tipsters out there have got Sydney dropping down like towards the bottom of the 8, if not just out of it. It seems like they're going to take that loss to heart. A lot of teams, like when Brisbane lost to Granny to Collingwood, you could tell they were going to respond. You could tell they were in the state where all the rest of their footy's been solid, and they're going to be straight back at it. Whereas Sydney, the way they lost that Granny, and then with the coach departing, it just seems like it's just so demoralising. It's going to be hard for them to get back on the horse.
Yeah. Well, Too bad. So sad. Sydney's a big club. Fuck them. And they're interstate. So. Look, I want to see a team like St Kilda get up. Or Melbourne.
Well, that would be a good season.
Oh, really? Because it'd be super shocking. Because nobody expects it at this point. But St Kilda Carlton, 2025
St Kilda Carlton,
final.
Watch out. That's it. It's already in the books.
It's in the books.
Yep, it was the year that it was. 2025.
It's how you respond, though. It's definitely how you respond. I think it will probably light a fire in a lot of those Sydney players. But obviously, they've lost a couple, like Luke Parker is gone.
Yeah.
Absolute star of the club for many years. And
Yep.
his departure will surely take its toll. And then, obviously Longmuir as well. So the horse.
Look, Rampy's a proud captain.
Back on the horse when you don't even have one.
There's no saying that Sydney will be a tough opposition a lot of the year, but it's going to be a very close competition. And I believe Sydney are starting with Hawthorn actually in the opening round. And I mean, geez, the 4 points up for grabs in that could just push one of these sides into the 8. So yeah, it's all heating up, but yeah, very exciting going through it all closely, isn't it? When you start doing the numbers a bit on a few sides and then start to realise who might be a bit stronger or weaker than last year. So I feel like probably Collingwood and Sydney were 2 of the teams that stuck out at either end to me. That Collingwood looked like doing a lot of progressing, and Sydney looked like it might be a bit of a harder year. Hawthorn, actually, funny enough to me, were bang in the middle for like last year, as in it looks like they might have to really work hard to make the 8 again.
Yeah,
I believe will be more the thing, but obviously some great results last year with momentum going their way, and momentum does huge things in footy, where if you drop 1 or 2 of those games along the way, they didn't make the 8. So obviously it was that close for them. And there's a lot of teams that are going to be right in that boat. Adelaide again. I mean, Adelaide for me are one team to watch this year because they've got everyone fit and on the park, finally, who've done a pre-season. They almost had a full list the other night against Brizzy, missing actually almost 3 of their better players still. They still had a couple out, but, with a very strong list, and Thilthorpe and all these guys for them now that are going to pre-season under their belt. I just think, watch out with Adelaide a bit here. This year's they're going to be red hot and really want to finish above Port Adelaide, I reckon. That'll be like a mini litmus test for them.
Well, I wouldn't put too much stock in the Pracky matches. But
No, but just as in their list is fit and they're finally... Tex is another one who's, if he's firing in pre-season, running around looking good, I mean, look out. So
how old's Tex getting?
Well, he's just a few years younger than myself, so I'd say he's solid 34, 35.
So he's done. His career's done.
But, mate, wouldn't he be...
While we're on the subject, is Tex going to be able to get out of the way? That's my big concern with Adelaide, is I think they're going to run Tex still in the forward line, just taking up a lot of space.
Yeah, but they're big up there. But you know what happens, Steelo? You get the odd bloke in and out occasionally, and all of a sudden one's out for 6 weeks with a hammy or a shoulder. And it is good to have that flexibility of having them all firing because, with their smalls as well, I mean, you can almost play them all with a rotating ruck moment and one having a spell on the bench. And, it's not a bad luxury. They're all very mobile as well. Like you'd say Thilthorpe's
young team.
Thilthorpe's the only one who's like a real monster, but even himself, he gets
he's
the
set
ball.
for a big year. Just get out of Thilthorpe's way. It's Thil's forward line.
Isn't he a beast?
Get out of the way, Tex. We got a new one in town.
Adelaide again.
Adelaide.
No, well, don't count your chickens before they hatch, bruh. Alright. So,
you know what else?
Till Adelaide showed me something. Nah, not yet.
No, you're not going to back him in for the 8.
Maybe we'll see how. Oh, that's a perfect segue towards our ladder predictions. That's it. All right, well, so we're not actually going to do our ladder predictions this week. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about our ladder predictions and how we're going to do it next week. So what we want you all to do out there, listening and watching, go to our Facebook page, post directly on our Facebook page your ladder predictions. Put All for Footy ladder predictions 2025. Put your ladder prediction in order of who you think will be finishing in which position at the end of the year. And we do a point scoring system to see how close you are, and we will compare it to everybody. And hey, the winner might win an All for Footy pen.
Ooh.
Yeah, pen.
Who won the pen last year?
Nobody won the pen last year.
Rick. No, Rick did. No,
I won.
Oh, you won.
Kidding me? How can you forget that?
Obviously, because you won.
I dog walked you and Parker. You guys were trash.
Let's hope more people put their submissions in this year. So we have.
Remember last year you put Essendon in twice and you forgot 2 teams. So
it was a real mare last year.
It was great.
That's why we came up with the decision that to be entered in the competition this year must post it on our Facebook group. So it's quite easy. And we look forward to getting hundreds and hundreds of submissions, and we'll go through them all. And towards the end of the year, we'll start tallying up the points for everyone, minus and plus, for how close or far away you were for each position.
Yep, that's it. That's how it goes.
Hopefully someone shoots a par score. That'd be a good year.
What a perfect game. Get the fuck.
Because you might get like 8 over here and then...
Wait, no, it doesn't work like that. No.
So you don't get any pluses if you're like, say you picked them...
The score just goes up.
Oh, okay, so you only get minuses. It's just all about a score, yeah.
It's closest to the position. If you're 1 over or 1 under, you're still 1 point away. You get 1 point.
So you could play it like golf. So this could be footy golf. And you could go, if you were 1 over, but if you went 1 under, that's like good. So it helps you get a few back.
Yeah, bro, not everything is golf.
Is that just changing the whole game? No, it's too much.
Yeah, not everything's golf, bro. Look, it's a very simple game. Put your ladder predictions in. We'll go over them on the pod next week when we have a targeted episode about it. And yeah, we'll go from there. And you can win a pen, an All for Footy pen. It'll have our logo on it. Our new logo. Our new
also
logo.
part of
it's good.
Part of our prizes, Nathan.
Yeah.
Part of our grand prizes is the hat that I finally received for winning
Such
the
a nice hat, mate.
tipping competition.
Lovely hat.
Yes. So thank you for presenting me the prize. I was very honoured that day.
It's actually a fresh hat.
And you got the stubby holder right there as well.
Had a bit of a crowd gathered. Also, it was a combined prize. Is it the hat and the stubby holder?
The hat's the prize.
Yeah.
The stubby and the shirt is for being on the pod all last year. So, you know, that's what you get. And Steelo got a mug and a shirt.
Bit of a mug for a mug.
Yeah, I don't know why you're showing off your hat. It's not all for Footy, bro. Represent. So he's So everybody got shirts. Me, you, Steelo, and Parker. All the important people. We all got shirts, and we all got a stubby holder or a cup.
Well, and also just to let anybody know out there who will be doing tipping this year, that if you want to just follow my tips all year and not think about it, that you will be on the right path, because
You won't.
I'm pretty sure I'll go back to back.
You won't.
Because I see myself wearing this hat for a couple of years.
You
So
fluked it.
Go back to back.
A
You
good
fluked it
way to
last
go
year.
about your tipping would be just to shadow tip me all year.
But whenever he goes for St Kilda, tip the opposite. You'll win.
But it's all right. Yeah, let's do that.
Bam. And speaking of the tipping comp, you can also join our tipping comp. Go to ESPN Footy Tips app. Go to the search for a competition. Type in all for footy. Now that's ALLFORFOOTY. So yeah, unfortunately, somebody didn't get the memo. Was like, oh, all for footy. Yeah, I'll create that. Didn't put a 4 in place of the FOR. Shattered. But now that's just how it is forever. So go join our tipping comp. Everybody's welcome. And the winner at the end of the year might get a hat. Maybe. We'll see.
No, if I give it up, yeah.
No, you keep that hat. By the end of the year, that hat is going to be destroyed. So don't even, you're going to destroy that hat.
There'd be a new hat. No, I wouldn't wear it.
No, there'd be a new
Just
hat,
let it rest on my shelf. I'll only wear it for the odd pod.
Yeah.
But so you're saying this is more? I actually get to keep this hat.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not like the
Changes
fucking
it.
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants or some bullshit like that. No, you get to keep that forever.
Good hat, bro.
Steelo, you have to pass that shirt around though.
Oh, no.
What about this stubby holder? Can I keep this stubby holder?
No, you have to give that back to me on my
At the end of
birthday.
the season. So it's only for merchandise for the...
No, my birthday. It's a birthday present for me.
Yeah, I'll remember.
Yeah, no, of course, everything's all yours to keep forever.
And if I don't give it to you, you can't ask for a birthday present. Like, hey, where's that stubby holder you're meant to give me for my birthday?
I'm never gonna ask you for a birthday present. We're fucking adult men.
I'm gonna try and remember your birthday one year.
Oh, you. Fuck off. See, still, I'll let you in. Every year when it's my birthday, Reby tries to leave it to the last minute to wish me a happy birthday. Like he's waiting until like 11:55, 11:59. Except sometimes he falls asleep.
Yeah, last year I went to bed and set my alarm at 11:55 just to message him.
And he didn't wake up and didn't message him. Yeah, lovely.
Is it intentional, or does he just realize at the very last moment?
No, it's intentional. He's been talking about it for too long. You know, he's like, yeah, I was going to do it in the morning, but I just didn't have it.
Yeah.
Hey, what can I say? But hey, go join our Footy Tipping Comp. Be posting that on the Facebook page today.
Very competitive. You'll be hearing a lot of it throughout the podcast, so make sure you sign up now and be part of it. It's great fun.
Be a part of something. All right. Well, I think with that, we'll move on to this week's games, guys.
Well,
You know,
this week's games. Haven't heard that in a while.
yeah, last week's games. We don't have that this week. So
Well, we went over last week's
shorter
game.
up.
Granny. Big
I
G, yeah.
guess. We didn't really go over the preseason matches, but who really cares? You know?
Yeah, nah.
Like, all the teams really did whatever because it's just a practice match. Who cares? I think
Yeah,
Melbourne
definitely
kicked 2
don't
goals,
take
24. Like, they won't give
We
a
all know
fuck.
who the champs are.
I saw Collingwood did well. They kicked like 21 goals. Not many, only a couple of points.
Oh, it's a practice match. Nobody's caring. Nobody's going in hard.
It was very lackluster, these practice games.
Except for Bond.
Yes, the poor Bond. But, well, yes, this week's games, Nathan. Where do we start?
This week's games. Thursday night footy. In the Bussy. It is Brisbane versus Geelong at Gabba. So, this is at the Bussy. Fenno's going to be in the Bussy on Thursday night. He's going to be loving it.
Is he actually going to go, though? Have you heard about the game being potentially postponed?
Oh, because the cyclone or whatever.
There's a cyclone and it's building up, and so they were talking about it. It still seems like it's a likely chance the game will go on. It was a real 50-50 call, they were saying, so, we're just on weather watch a little bit.
High.
Well, yeah, but 50-50 means there's a fair chance that we're also still good, so...
No, 50-50 is bad for a fucking, natural disaster.
Yeah, but they're going to have
there's
to
a
wait.
massive chance that it's going to rain. It's going to rain goals.
Let it rain. Let it rain.
That's in poor taste still, alright? People can die.
So, I was about to say, let's pretend like this cyclone's and not inclement. And it's
No, we don't want to... No, it didn't do a thing. It's fine.
No
Everyone
cyclone.
survived.
Cyclone Tracy. We got Cyclone Bailey.
Cyclone Dick Tracy.
Oh, won't they love the headlines of this one if Brizzy just pump them?
They would never. They would
But,
never.
yes, I will be just seeing Brisbane potentially really give it to Geelong here. I mean, unfurling the flag at home. I just think their run on the night's just going to be super, and especially with that wind behind them, if that cyclone's just navigating its way in and it's just blowing a gale. Just watch out for just the spirit.
An absolute
Brizzy.
Chris Gale.
Yeah, it'll be very hectic out there, but
Yeah, so who you got?
Brizzy all the way. That's what it was.
Stiller, who do you have?
Yeah, I've heard it might be blowing Chris Coiler. An absolute Chris Gale. But yes, I reckon the Lions are just going to be swimming in it. It's going to be rain and goals. There's going to be cane toads out there, and they're going to just be kicking cane toads for goals. Then, the footy, I'll kick that one for a goal too. No worries. Just another day at the office, mate, for the 2020 premiers.
Well, I don't think you guys will win. I think you guys are resting on your laurels.
You're going to waste
weather,
a
isn't
tip.
it?
You're going to waste a tip early.
You're going to waste the tip early. Going to back the
The
Cats.
purest of Queensland weather, and we've been looking very good in the practice rounds. And up at the Gabbatron, I think we'll just do this one for the fans.
Yeah, look, I think I'm just going for Geelong to be different at this point. Start of a new year, start of a new season. What's going to happen? Nobody knows. Brisbane. Last two teams to win the flag. Didn't make the 8 the next year. So
Them Geelong boys coming out of their mansions, they're not going to be too happy. I'll tell you what, the Brisbane boys, they won't be scared at all from the weather. The way it gets sort of eerie in the eye of the storm before it hits. And it's going to be a bit of feeling out there. It's going to be muggy, it's going to be thick. You're going to be able to feel it. You're going to be able to taste it. And probably cut the tension with a butter knife.
yeah, it's not going to be ideal conditions for Brisbane. I agree. I reckon Geelong's going to run all over them.
With the button off.
Weather advantage.
And do we reckon Wheels...
4 goals.
Do we know is Wheels going to the game, is he?
He said he's going in the Bussy.
Well, I look forward to seeing him
In the Bussy.
seeing him there.
Yeah, sure you will.
Hot
Oh,
Wheels.
that's going to be an interesting one. Oh, in the first game of the year.
Lions by 6.
That'll be a watchdog.
That's a good first game of the year.
It is a good first game of the year.
It's just a shame.
I mean,
it's on
go
Thursday
Cats.
night.
I hope they play well.
It's just a shame it's on Thursday night. I got to work in the morning.
Well, you traditionally have never liked the Thursday night slot now, have you, Nathan?
No, I wake up early for work. I'm not doing that. Oh, yeah, so I gotta stay up.
So I think just to annoy you this year, the AFL actually put on an extra quota of Thursday night games. They're now 18. Yep. I love Thursday night footy myself. I get around it.
It's a shame. I'm gonna watch it. It's just I won't be able to watch it with anybody. So I won't be like, hey, let's catch up and watch it. No, because I'm probably gonna go to bed at 3/4 time. I think I need to for work. So. Well, we'll see how it goes. Might be if it's a nail biter. I think I'll be up all night for that one.
Well, that's it. And if your team's playing, and if you
it's my team, I'm watching. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but if you've got if you tip someone, and I bet you if they're losing by 10 goals at 3/4 time, you're just going to bed, and you don't even like that team.
No, I don't care.
You'd be going to bed.
Yeah, but I feel like if Melbourne has Thursday night games, I think I might take Friday off work.
Ooh, really celebrate hard. What are we talking about?
Just like to stay up and watch the game.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't have to worry about waking up for work in the morning.
And what would you do the next morning to celebrate, just like to relax? Like, what would
eat a bagel.
Yeah, so you go get a few
bagels. Been getting bagels lately. Bagels are good.
Kick back. Would you get on social media for a bit and just try and throw a bit of banter around?
No, absolutely not. I hate the stuff. No, I'm just not an internet person.
Nah, not into the internet.
I just don't care about the internet or everything to do with the internet. I just don't care, you know.
You have to care about the internet.
No. I'd rather be out in the real world, you know.
Yeah, true.
Walking through shit and fucking looking at trees and shit.
No, it is. It's a better way to look at life, actually, through the real lens, not through a screen. But we all agree a bit, don't we, Steelo?
Yeah, just walking through shit. Yeah.
I think Steelo's lost in a haze down there.
It's fine. Leave him alone. All right, moving on to the next game. Friday night football at the SCG. It is Sydney versus Hawthorn. Dan the man, Dan to Dan.
Wow. This is a Friday night special. We've got Sydney Swans taking on the Hawthorn Hawks at the SCG on a Friday night. And from back in the day when I used to bet, there used to be an Omen bet that was known as the Friday night special. And it came off one time when it was the Hawthorn Sydney quarter combination. And it came off 2 years in a row. And it was on a Friday night at the SCG both times. So here we are 10 years on or so. And who's to say it couldn't happen again on this Friday night? So
the scene's set, really.
The scene is set. It's going to be a close game, a bit of a humdinger, as Bruce used to say.
Yeah,
and I am going to wager $5 each way on the quarter this Friday night. So I'm going to have Sydney Hawthorn, and then Hawthorn Sydney.
Oh, the quarter.
I'm going to have both of them.
I love when that pays off.
Oh, it's the best.
So good when it pays
off. So, keep your eye on that on Friday night, because apart from that, I mean, what a tough game to tip, and I'm really close to tipping Hawthorn here, and especially with my little pre-season build-up, whatever you want to call it there, where I shot Sydney down a little bit, and I like to say that Hawthorn were, looking not too bad. So
no, they weren't. They're on the up. Yeah.
Well, they're on the up, but obviously they're right in the middle. I had them right in the middle. So,
shut up.
I feel like I could well and truly be leaning towards tipping the Hawks here, just to start the year with a bang.
Yeah, Sydney on the decline. You reckon they'll be depressed after the grand finals beating? The grand final beating. And Hawthorn, they were showing some pep like last season. They were showing something.
Oh, definitely. And I just think the start of the year, maybe a bit more, they might be quite up and about, where it might be a long year. Let's see as it gets going. But, I reckon I'm going to start with Brizzy and start with Hawthorn away, travelling.
For sure. Steelo.
I like it.
Yeah. We'll have to lock in the Lions. And then, it's going to be such an interesting game.
The Lions?
Yeah, we've
moved past that, man.
No, because I mentioned Brizzy as well. He got excited again. He was like,
Sydney versus Hawks.
He's like,
Sydney versus Hawks is going to be such an interesting match. Like, obviously, Hawthorn will be looking to take a scalp early, take down last year's premier team, not the premiers,
They
but
could make
the
a
grand
statement.
finalists. Sorry,
Set the tone for
and
2025.
yes, they've known that for a while now that that's who they're going to be versing, and they've been thinking about it, they've been dreaming about it. Sydney, I think in their minds, they haven't been able to erase that loss to the Lions. And I think it's going to take them a while to get back on their high horse. And probably going to have a bit of a depression, a bit of that hangover. And yeah, it'll take them a few rounds to really get that thirst back. So
Slow start.
I reckon Hawks by about 3 goals.
No, fair enough. You think Sydney's that shaken? Just
Shaken,
look,
not stirred.
It's a big moment.
I just know Sydney's the favourites, right? So Ryan, the big wheel Fenton, he's going to be tipping Sydney. So I think I'll be tipping Sydney as well. Because I always tip the favourites.
Why would you say that he would be tipping Sydney?
Because he always tips the favourites.
Oh, but what makes you think? Like, oh, yeah.
He does always tip the favourites. Like, we've noticed this. We've caught him out on it numerous times.
Does that mean he won't be tipping Geelong?
No, I don't think so. Well, I don't know. Who's the favourites? I don't look at favourites.
Notorious non-tipper of his own team.
Yeah, like,
really?
That's like a jinx thing.
Yeah.
It's a tough one because obviously Sydney's going to just want to erase that memory and just want to put in a good performance to prove to themselves that they can play that type of footy. That they're
why can't
capable.
they?
They're the ones.
Why can't they?
But Hawthorn, just that young and up-and-coming team, they have so much belief in themselves. So it's set for humdinger, round one. 2 humdingers in a row so far.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it looks like a pretty good start. And I reckon the last 2 matches aren't too bad either. So yeah, we got what, 2 Hawks in the Sydney?
Yeah, mate. Go Hawks.
Fair enough. All right, well, let's move on to the next game. Saturday afternoon football at People First Stadium. It is Gold Coast Suns versus the Essendon Bombers. Daniel, what do you reckon?
Well, it hasn't taken me long to settle on the Gold Coast on this game. I mean, I just don't think that the Bombers are going to be firing a lot of shots come the end of the year. I think they might just find themselves on the outside of the 8 again. So, obviously, Gold Coast at home, and we all know what they do at home. So that's it. There's my maths. That's like 1 + 1 = 2. I mean, that's
quick
all
maths.
I know. Yeah, it was real quick. I mean, good luck, Bombers. I mean, they're going to go up there bloody backing themselves in. I mean, every team in round 1 loves the fact that it's a fresh slate. Everyone's square, everything's even. But I just really feel like once this game gets going, the Gold Coast, they have a lot of talent on the park at the moment, and Bombers, maybe not so much. So, it'll be an interesting game to watch, though. I mean, it's going to be a red-hot game. I feel like get on over the points in this game, just as a little tip. Is it a day game or a night game?
Afternoon.
Oh, yes, it's a day. Yeah. I just wanted to confirm. So in the light conditions, look at just
Twilight.
Oh, twilight. So we'll get a bit dewy then. Yeah,
It will get a little dewy.
A little dewy.
Please emphasis the D. Steelo. You always emphasis the D. Who do you think will win this one?
Defense.
D. Especially when Stewie Jews come up to your club.
That's it.
When it comes to the Jew stuff.
Big D.
But yes, the tenacious D as well.
Just walks around with
the biggest D.
Yeah. Maybe not the biggest, but close to it. And
Monkey D.
yeah, Gold Coast, man, they're set for a massive year. I know Cornsy's talking of a dynasty. Maybe let's not go.
Best of luck.
I think they're going to win a couple of away games this year. They'll probably win half of their away games.
You reckon?
And if they win just as many home games as they did last year, and then win half of their away games, well, it's going to hold them in pretty good stead.
They'll be in the 8 for that.
Yeah. So I think, they'll start this one off with a bang. Yeah, let's just see what the Gold Coast is capable of after another pre-season.
For sure. Well, look. I'm going to have to tip the Suns, but I really want Essendon to win. Gold Coast haven't earned it. Essendon. Come on, win a flag. You haven't won a flag fucking ages.
It'll be a great watch as well, this one.
Yeah. And I should
real chance as well.
I shouldn't even like Essendon because Essendon's supporters, they want Melbourne to finish as low as possible because they get better draft picks. So I shouldn't even like Essendon this year.
Yeah.
So fuck them. Go.
Turn it up. Turn it up a bit, I reckon.
That's it.
It should be fast paced though. This game, like Doctor said, it's gonna be fast paced. Should be a lot of goals and a lot of young players just showing their talent.
Yep. No, Essendon does have a decent midfield when they fire. So yeah, hopefully we see that, especially against Gold Coast, because we'll see. All right. Sunday afternoon football at the NG Stadium. It is GWS Giants versus the Collingwood Magpies. Daniel Raby, how do you like these hot pies? Or
This
cold?
is a juicy game of footy to wrap
Juicy
your lips
pies?
around on a Sunday afternoon. I mean, juicy pies, I think. I mean, I'm going to tip Collingwood here.
That sounds gross.
Yeah, I reckon that they'll be able to find their way into some early form with their little quality list they got rolling around. And, they're going to be an interesting project just to watch all year. But the Giants, on the other hand, I mean, you just don't know what you're getting year in to year out from within the walls. I mean, they're just a tucked-away footy club, aren't they? But, you expect great things. Traditionally, the last few years, they've started quite slowly. They famously lost the 5 in a row the season before when they then went on to make the prelim. Last year wasn't so bad, but so I'd just be a little bit watching there. A couple of players missing from gone to other clubs. Harry Perryman, I believe it might be, who's gone to Collingwood. He's quite a star player there. And they'll be very interesting to watch, the Giants. I mean, they've got Stringer coming in, which is going to be a real big one to watch as well because, he's copped his knockers. But from all reports, training the house down and is as fit as has ever been. So that's good to hear for Stringer, who has struggled in pre-seasons the last few years. So, the Giants, I mean, you can flip a coin with them, I think, every year. And but that they're just going to put in good effort. And, again, last year they went so close to making it to the GF. So, write them off at your peril, but I'm going to go Collingwood by a couple of points. Humdinger. Absolute humdinger.
Oh, man.
There you go, Steelo. What do you got?
Oh, yeah. Well, if he reckons it's a humdinger, I reckon it's a barn burner.
Oh,
bit of a barn
burning
burner.
barns. Burning
It's going to be
barns.
dangerous.
Chill out, bro.
This is up in GWS, is it? At NG?
It's up
Yep,
there.
it's the round where it's all Sydney, New South Wales, Gold
That
Coast.
might be the
home
thing I can
teams.
separate them. That might be the only way I can
Cross
separate them
borders.
because Collingwood, from all reports, set for a massive year. I know everyone in the fan base is extremely confident. I think the player base is pretty confident as well. When they're making it known, that this is their run. They had that lull year last 2024, and now they're just set to explode again.
Yeah, after coming off a flag, let's not forget too. So I mean,
But in my ladder predictions, I've got GWS right up there.
Oh, do you want to? Let's
So
save it for next week,
I
bro.
think
hold your
GWS.
cards close to your chest. Bro.
Yeah, you don't want nobody copping
They're
you.
gonna
Maybe he's
they're
playing
gonna be
it
winning a
bluff.
lot of close games. They're going to be winning some big matches and taking scalps and just cementing their name.
Kicking names and taking ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up at the home deck, I think we're going to have to lock in GWS in a tight one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to lock in GWS as well. Pies. No juice. No juicy pies. Gross. Don't want no juice in my pies. I want Jake Stringer kicking a bag, being happy that he's not Essendon anymore. Want him happy. So let's go Giants with the addition of Stringer. Unstoppable.
I'm sure all our Essendon listeners out there will be hoping that Essendon have a big year, but
Yeah.
I feel like the rest of the pod will be kind of half rooting against them. While if they do have a good year, we'll be right there with them, being like, oh, the Bombers and all our friends that go for Essendon. We love you all so much. But, yes, it could be a long year.
If Essendon happen to win this weekend, I'll probably get an Essendon supporter to guest host on the show next week.
Ooh, wow. If they win this week.
Yeah, I don't want to ask him to come on the pod if they lose. I don't think he's going to be interested in football if his team's losing. One of those.
Well, they're all sort of the same.
Well, you're a bit like that. Everybody's a bit like that. If your team's shit, you don't really care about football.
No, true.
It's just it's human nature. But yeah, look, GWS, except for Geelong, go on all the home teams. Go on all the favourites. It's just how it is. I might swap my Geelong tip to Brisbane, depending on how I feel closer to the game. But yeah, we'll see. Alright, guys. That's it for this week's games. So let's move into closing thoughts. Mr. Daniel Reeby.
Oh, well, look, I mean, at the moment, my mind often just goes straight to just really getting your grip really right in your mind and with your hands before you take any shot. It seems to be occupying a lot of my mind at the moment when I'm just like sitting at the lights or something. I'm like, oh yeah, you get your hands right.
Good stuff.
And then, you just have a lot more control. So, I've just been working on my hands heaps.
Nice hands.
Just, really found some good grips that have been really working and, so just keeping it real.
Sounds good. Steelo, how are your hands? You been keeping it real? What's your closing thoughts?
I've noticed actually just to keep just a touch of your ring finger under the seam on the footy when you're holding it, one hand.
Oh, yeah.
You want your pinky obviously down low, but then just the touch of your ring finger over the seam on the underside of the footy as well. And that just helps secure the grip.
Is that like good balance point? Is that like balancing it or not?
Mate, stop asking questions. Just absorb the information, alright? He's trying to help us.
No, I like it. I can feel it.
Yeah. So it comes down to the hands. It comes down to the brain as well, though. You've got to rethink things. You've learned how to do something one way, but you got to just always question it. Question, how can I get better? What can I do differently?
Yeah, Reeves.
So you analyse it, and you just come back and you stay in the gym, and you stay working hard, and you breed that friendship, breed that culture.
Hard work.
And this is day one, this is week one, this is where you go and show everybody, just where you show yourselves.
Hard work.
Really, I'm just stoked to be back, and I can't wait to get down to the footy. They've split it up, but I'm still stoked. I'm at least 50% stoked.
Oh, and we're playing for the Kangas this year, Steelo?
Yeah, and you know what? We're going to be bringing home a premiership in the SFNL.
You better.
The Moorabbin Kangaroos are set. Fittest I've been in a long time, and if I get up on the best and the fairest board, so be it. We're bringing home the flag, baby.
Boom, bringing home the flag.
Yeah.
Get on board.
Big bold calls. If I get on the BNF board, so be it.
Get on the board or get out of the way. That's what Steelo says. I'm behind it.
That's good. Go the Kangas then. So we've got a Kangas represent. Oh, obviously Rick will come in and give us the odd update on it as well.
But if he deigns us with his presence, that'd be good.
Come on, Marab.
Come on, Marab.
Come on, Marab.
That's just yourself.
Yeah.
That guy up there used to be pretty handy at the Moorabbin Kangas.
Nah. What, with a broom?
Man.
With a broom, because he was cleaning up after everybody? He was handy with a broom.
And sometimes I'd open the lid on the bin instead of putting stuff in with the lid shut.
That is peak performance. That's what you want.
It's one of our better performances for the club.
That's so good.
Great off the ball runner, this guy. He's running his opponent ragged.
Wow, let's not say great. Like, he's all right. I mean, don't talk him up too much.
I was doing so well one time that I was like, I actually got a couple of kicks and kicked a goal, and then I ran to the bench because I was so used to that. And then my bloke ran with me and sat next to me on the bench.
He's like, "What are you doing sitting on the beach?"
Because the coach is like, "Go with him everywhere." And so I ran onto the bench, just not thinking because I'm like, "Oh, I need to go to the bench for a spell." And I sat down and the
Close
bloke
case.
was sitting next to me and he grabbed the water bottle and had a
Lovely.
drink. And then he had a laugh and he ran straight back on the field.
Lovely.
Lucky, good old Div 4 where, you can get away with that shit.
Oh, yeah, mate.
Yep, you just lost your... You just took over your final thought. So, blame him. All right.
That's what happens during final thoughts. I can't stop thinking.
Closing thought. John Cena turned heel. Oh my god, he turned bad guy for the first time in his whole life. He's become a bad guy.
I didn't see that coming.
Mate, nobody saw it coming except me. I predicted it. I actually thought it was going to happen. I was actually talking to Rick at the Royal Rumble. He's like, "What do you think is going to happen?" I was like, I think John Cena's going to turn heel," and Rick was like, "That's never going to happen." And I was like, "It damn well will. It damn well will." And Travis Scott will be there. Travis Scott will be there.
And was he there?
I haven't liked Cena for a long time, so I saw it coming, I guess.
Yeah, well, nobody else. I picked it. Rick doubted me. Said, "Nah, that's never going to happen." Total poppycock. So I'm just rubbing it in his face right now, taking the time. And it feels good. It feels good. You know, I got an outlandish prediction. Nobody saw it coming, except me. And I was like, Travis Scott's going to be there as well. And fucking Travis Scott was there.
That's crazy, man.
And Drake was there too. But
historically, hanging out with the Supreme Leader isn't the most popular thing to do.
What, The
So
Rock?
I can see why Cena's stocks have gone down.
Well, he's hanging out with The Rock, the final boss.
Yeah.
You know?
The Rock also a little bit on the downward trend.
Ah, get out of here, mate. Get out of here. He owns 25% of the company that owns the WWE. So he's going to be around forever.
He's doing right.
Mate, he's loaded, that guy. He's got heaps of side businesses shit going on. As well as the movies.
Should get him to sponsor All for Footy.
He will never talk to us.
No.
Never.
Should
He's too busy working out. He's fucking probably working out right now.
Mm.
You know, he's fucking pumping those guns. His kid's going, "Daddy, can we spend some time?" It's like, "No, get the fuck out. I'm fucking pumping these guns." And he's just like pumping the guns. And, you know, good on him. Good for him. Makes a lot of alright movies. So, you know. But anyway, John Cena turned heel, and it was insane.
While I'm in the process of hijacking people's final
No,
thoughts...
you're not hijacking my final thought. I'm having the final thought. Get the fuck off.
Are we any closer to Happy Gilmore 2 being released?
I told you, it's not happening until middle of next year.
What? Middle of next year?
No, middle of this year.
Ah.
I told you this all along.
I thought it was coming out at New Year's.
No, it wasn't. It was never. I told you it was never going to. It was the other guy. And I was like, no. And he's like, no, I saw a thing for it. And I'm like, I'm telling you, that's not true. He's like, I saw a thing on it, though. And I'm like, okay, cool.
I made a pact to ask you every time I see you, so I thought I might as well ask you.
You didn't ask me last week.
Yeah, but I forgot.
It's going to be such a moment. We're all going to get gold class tickets. We're going to go as the whole podcast. Everyone that's ever been on the pod.
What are you talking about? It's on Netflix. It's going to Netflix. It's not a cinema movie.
Oh, yeah, true.
That's crazy.
Jeez, Stilo, keep up with it, man.
Yeah, Jesus, mate, come on. Keep up. We'll go see The Surfer.
Yeah.
Go watch it at Fed Square or something. They've got to put it on.
I don't think they're going to play. I don't think they're going to play The Surfer at Fed Square. I feel like The Surfer will have to go to the cinema for gold class, but I'm all for. What do you reckon, Reeves?
Mm.
You saw that trailer I sent you?
Yeah.
It was weird, wasn't it?
It was a bit weird.
Just a bit. Just a bit. But
Just a
anyway,
Most
feel
movies you like are weird.
What do you mean? I haven't even watched it. How do you know if I like it?
No, just
I haven't seen it.
Anyway, won't go there.
I haven't seen it. Anyway, I think that will do from us at All for Footy. We thank you for watching. We thank you for liking. We thank you for sharing. And yeah, we look forward to talking to you next week after the first half round of footy.
Opening round.
Opening round, half round, whatever. It's weird. It's weird. Just do a full round. That's all I want. I just want a full round anyway. Puts the ladder out of whack and shit.
Mm.
But yeah. All right. Well, that's it from All for Footy. And we're out.